Good afternoon. Oh, look at the class got quiet. Good afternoon. I call this meeting of the Board of Parks and Recreation to order. I'm Michelle Cummings Steele, Chair of the Board of Parks and Recreation. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and with liberty and justice for all. We'll move to the appeal of decisions pursuant to the provisions of 2.68.030 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws. Please take note that decisions of the Metropolitan Board of Parks and Recreation may be appealed to the Chancery Court of Davidson County for review under a common law writ of certiorari. Any appeal must be filed within 60 days after entry of a final decision by the board. Any person or other entity considering an appeal should consult with an attorney to ensure that time and procedural requirements are met. We're moving to consideration of minutes. Have you all had an opportunity to read the minutes of our February meeting? Is there any discussion? I'll accept a motion for approval.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor? Any opposed? And the motion passes. Metro Council referrals. Are there any referrals from council members present? Director Odom.
I think I see Council Member Jeff Syracuse present and Council Member
Shaking his
Tom
head.
Cash present.
No, you. No, you.
And Councilman Druff, I'm sorry.
All your work. This is the first Parks Board meeting I've been to. It's
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Appreciate all you do. I'm here to hear about some beautification projects and future park at Portland and 21st, and have some great neighborhood leaders that are here to talk about it if you need them to.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I'd also like to recognize Councilman Tom Druffel and Council Member Sharon Hurt as well.
Thank you for being here. Do you have any announcements or?
Just here to listen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And considering that I am Chair of Public Facilities, Arts, Culture, and Parks, I thought I should make a meeting. So I'm here just to show my support.
Thank you for being here. Councilman Syracuse stepped out. Thank you all so much for being here. We're moving to, the good, okay. We're moving to old business, 02-23-10. Mr. Stephen Smith of Wilson Pike LLC requests approval of a 13-acre land donation located at 6949 Highway 70 South, parcel ID 143-0000-1100 for the purpose of increasing park land and conservation of open space and local fauna flora. The acquisition committee met this morning. Commissioner Haynes is their report from the committee.
We recommend approval.
Thank you so much. Director Odom, do you have any comments from staff?
No comments, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Is there any discussion from the board?
Motion we approve.
Thank you so much. I'll accept a second. It's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor? Any opposed? The motion passes. One abstention. We will record that. Thank you. Consent agenda. We'll move now to the consent agenda. I will accept a motion to accept the consent agenda in its entirety. Second. All in favor? Any opposed? The motion passes. Thank you. Moving now to new business 03-23-02, nomination of Park Board officers as per section 1000.4 of the Metro Parks Policy Manual, election to be held in April. I will open the floor for nominations for chairperson.
I'd like to nominate George Anderson for chairperson.
Any other nominations? Thank you so much. Moving now, we'll close the nominations for chairperson. Moving now to vice chairperson.
I make a motion, we nominate Cruz Johnson as vice chair.
Any other nominations? I'll close the nomination and moving to secretary.
Make a motion, we nominate Monique Odom as secretary.
Thank you so much. Any nominations are now closed. Again, our election will be held in April. We're moving now to 03-23-03. Staff requests approval of a permit for use of park space for the Belmont Hillsborough Neighbors Association of the property located at the northeast corner of Portland Avenue and 21st Avenue, Nashville, Tennessee, to plant and maintain a pollinator garden. The permit is for a period of 1 year contingent upon all permit obligations being met. Copies of the permit will be available for review at the board meeting. Director Odom, do you have any comments from staff?
Staff recommends approval.
Thank you so much. Is there any discussion from the board? Okay, I'll accept a motion.
Motion to approve. Second.
Thank you so much. It's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes. We're moving now to 03-23-04. Staff requests approval of a permit for use of park space for the Cultivate Community Garden of the Mill Ridge Park, 12924 Old Hickory Boulevard, Antioch, Tennessee, 37013, to garden at Mill Ridge Park. The permit is for a period of 1 year contingent upon all permit obligations being met. Copies of the permit will be available for review at the board meeting. Director Odom, you have comments from the staff?
Staff recommends approval.
Thank you so much. Is there any discussion from the board? I'll accept a motion. Thank you. It's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor? Any opposed? The motion passes. 03-23-05, Hoop Bus, in partnership with Vanderbilt University Athletics, requests the acceptance of an in-kind grant valued at approximately $60,000 to renovate and restore the Watkins Park basketball court. The renovation includes newly renovated asphalt, hoops, and nets. It also includes mural artwork by local artists and students. There's no required match or other obligation by parks associated with this grant. Director Odom, any comments from staff?
Staff recommends approval.
Is there any discussion from the board?
I just wanted some context. Has this organization done any work in Nashville in the past?
Tim?
We have two representatives from Vanderbilt University here who may be able to answer that question.
Thank you all. I'm Don Sheffield from Vanderbilt University. So Hoop Bus has been working for the last 3 or 4 years now. They've done courts like this all across the country, most recently one at the NBA All-Star Game in Salt Lake City. So they haven't done work necessarily here in Nashville, but we are using a local company to do the paving aspect of it.
All right, any other questions? All righty, I'll accept a
I
motion.
make a motion to approve.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor? Any opposed? The motion passes. 03-23-06, staff requests acceptance of an in-kind grant valued at approximately $27,500 from the West Nashville Sports League for new fencing, gates, scoreboards, infield work on baseball fields 1 and 2. Also, additional fencing gates in the back baseball fields 3, 4, and 5 in Warner Park. There is no required match or other obligation by parks associated with this grant. Director Odom, do you have comments from staff?
Staff recommends approval.
Is there any discussion from the board?
I just wanted to clarify, has the work already been done or has it yet to be done?
The work has not been done yet. It is to be done. And maintenance has already met with Scott out at the location, showing him Scott showed what he's all gonna do, and maintenance has signed off on everything.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, I'll accept a motion. It's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor? Any opposed? Thank you so much. The motion passes. 03-23-07, Canned Aid requests approval to raise funds for the development of a pump track at McFerrin Park. The department has requested a deferral in an effort to gather more information. We're moving to 03-23-08. Staff requests approval of a memorandum of understanding between Metro Parks and the Friends of Two Rivers Mansion for the administration of Stone Hall. Director Odom, do you have any comments from staff?
No, ma'am, staff recommends approval.
Thank you so much. Is there any discussion from the board?
Sorry, I wanted to just clarify about the fees. I actually attended a wedding there before it was a park, and was curious if these fees would be the fee that would be charged for an event like a wedding, because it seems kind of low.
The same MOU that the Greenways was using prior. We started out by getting with the Friends of Two Rivers to let them to set the fees, and this is what they came to us with. So that's what we established it at. Annually, they'll be able to come to you and adjust those, but it will require your approval for them to change their fees. But at this point, this is what they've proposed. Yes.
Are there any other questions from the board? Any other discussion?
Jeff might want to come and talk a little bit about the whole purpose of this MOU in general, because I know he has kind of a scope of what he's looking for out there that he might want to share with you all.
Okay. Councilmember Jeff Syracuse, okay. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you much for having me. I wanted to speak broadly about what this MOU means for the Friends of Two Rivers Mansion, and then our past president, Mickey Sullivan, who's been working on the details of this, he can come speak to some of those elements. This is much more than just a memorandum of understanding between Parks and the Friends of Two Rivers Mansion. We've been around for over 10 years now, and we've done extraordinary things to create a master plan in partnership with you and the Historic Commission. We've effectuated that plan, and the first piece of it is an event center behind the mansion. That is going to elevate us to a whole new level. And with that, we also down the street have Ravenwood, the regional park for the eastern side of Davidson County. And at the precipice there is Stone Hall. Stone Hall has really been a very underutilized historic asset to this whole county, really. And so in working with the mayor's office and with park staff and the Friends group, we knew eventually we would need a Friends group to support Ravenwood and Stone Hall. But what we didn't need was a competing Friends group just down the street chasing after the same dollars. There's another historic asset in the area that is going to need some support, and that's the Lock 2 Park. Lockmaster's house has a historic overlay on it. It's just sitting there, totally underutilized as well. And so in working with the mayor's office and in support with getting the funding for the event center, we came up with a plan that said we could become a regional Friends group for the eastern side of the county and have under our umbrella 3 historic assets that we can take and bring some TLC to these 3 sites and reinvest in them. And so the first piece of this is via this MOU with Stone Hall. So we are also then going to be kind of a guinea pig in the way of a Friends group establishing MOUs with parks. And so we were very happy to be part of that process to help establish, hopefully, which is a best practices for this. So we're very excited that with the event center coming at Two Rivers Mansion, the opportunity to be able to have Stone Hall also as another historic site that we can have events there, we'll be able to become a pretty successful regional Friends group pretty quickly as we establish the event center, Stone Hall, and then lead a master plan for Lock 2 Park. So this is very exciting, and this was a big step to get us there. And so that's really what this MOU means to us for the next decade or more of growth for the Friends of Two Rivers. So be on the lookout for a little rebranding refresh and marketing and whatnot, but it's a very exciting partnership with Parks, and I ask for your approval of the MOU. Thank you. And I'll turn it over to Mickey for some details on working with the staff and whatnot on that.
Mickey Sullivan,
Thank you.
past board president of the Friends of Two Rivers and a Donaldson resident. And thank you very much of the property. Also appreciate everything Parks Department has done to help us along the way with preserving that property, and that work is ongoing, as you probably well know. Just to add a little bit more to what Jeff said, the Two Rivers Mansion gets a lot of pressure because it's a very popular venue for events, whether it be wedding or community events. There are a lot of festivals there, markets. In the past, we've hosted the farmers market in Donaldson there. And we want to find an opportunity to maybe take a little of the stress off the property. The events pavilion will help us in that regard. But we also felt like there were opportunities for smaller events that didn't need the full size of our grounds and the mansion could be held elsewhere, and that's where Stone Hall comes in. So this is kind of the first baby step in bringing Jeff's vision to fruition to get the Stone Hall MOU underway. Let us figure out how to operate there as well as Two Rivers Mansion, share those venues with prospective event holders, and proceed from there. So it's a nice step, bold step for us, in bringing Jeff's vision to reality. So thank you all very much.
Director Odom?
Madam Chair, and just in support of this MOU, and it's been in the works for a long, long time. Thank you all for your patience and support. But just wanted to also add that activating that space makes, the wear and tear on the space, having someone there makes it less likely to be vandalized and can reduce any kind of long-term upkeep that we're not aware of. So it's a good thing to have that space activated.
Thank you. Are there questions from the board?
Is this similar to Conservancy in the Parthenon?
It's similar,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Same idea.
Same idea.
Any other questions? Thank you so much.
I make a motion, we approve.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. It's been properly moved and seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? The motion passes. Thank you so much. We're moving to 03-23-09 Piedmont Natural Gas Company Incorporated, P&G Co. Incorporated, requests a 1.103 acre permanent utility easement for installation of one or more new underground pipelines across property owned by Metro, 0 Highway 70 South, parcel 142-000-21700. Permanent utility easement, $110,700. Total amount due to Metro, $110,700. We'll defer this to acquisition. 03-23-10, staff requests approval of proposed fee changes for revenue-producing facilities. The proposed fee changes are 4 new programs, adjusted fees based on surveys of other cities and facilities. Director Odom, do you have comments from the staff?
Staff recommends approval, and I invite John Holmes to the podium to kind of walk through some of these requests.
In the past, we have done like wholesale fee changes. In this particular case, we have just done some selective review of our fees, particularly in the golf course area. Because of the high demand of golf right now, we've seen an increase in the price point at a lot of golf courses across the country. And we found that we have fallen behind in that regards. So we did a survey. Wayne Evans, who's our superintendent over golf, did that survey for us. And so we've adjusted our prices accordingly in that regards. We've also adjusted because of Percy Warner, the changes that are going to go on with the renovation there. It's no longer a step below some of the other courses, so it's now going to be treated the same as the larger courses as far as the price point at that location once it comes back online. Excuse me. And then we also did a couple of price changes for the vending downtown. We've had a lot of demand for the push carts down at Walk of Fame and down at the Court of Flags. So we've raised the price of those vending prices as well. So, and that's basically, and those are all based on similar prices. We've done surveys of what the other prices were. I'll answer any questions you all might have.
Can you explain the process of asking for a fee reduction for somebody who shows need? Is that such a thing?
We currently do not have that in our system. Basically, our fees are fairly low, and we haven't had that be a problem at this point. If we have a situation like that, we treat that on a per case-by-case basis, but we don't have an actual system set up for that.
Fee reductions or fee waivers, I think John has said, someone can request a fee reduction or a fee waiver, and that would come to me for a decision, but it would, depend on the situation and the justification. We certainly do not want to, or we do want to make sure that all of our services are accessible to folks in the community, including small businesses. But as John mentioned, fees are established by the Parks Board, and we will certainly entertain on a case-by-case basis reductions or waivers.
Any other additional questions? Thank you. Moving to 03-23-11, staff requests approval of proposed fee new for the newly purchased Dr. Dish shooting machine for community centers. Our community centers will be the first in Middle Tennessee with these machines for public use. Due to the growing amount of basketball trainers utilizing our community centers during downtime, these machines will be a welcomed addition to our offerings. Director Odom, you have any comments from staff?
Staff recommends approval, and I invite Stevon Nellums to the podium to give further detail.
These machines are mostly seen in your collegiate gymnasiums as well as your private institutions. So we're happy to unveil these for our basketball youth and our trainers for our community.
Any questions from the board? Thank you. I'll accept a motion. I'll accept the second, I'm sorry. Thank you. It's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor? Any opposed? The motion passes. We didn't? We were excited. Sorry, y'all. So we're going back to 03, thank you, 03-23-10, staff requests approval of proposed fee changes for revenue-producing facilities. The proposed fee changes are for new programs, adjusted fees based on surveys of other cities and facilities. I'll accept a motion. Thank you so much. It's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor? Any opposed? The motion passes. Thank you. Special presentations, the Friends of Green Hills Park to present an annual update to the board. Thank you so much. If you will state your name for us, and you have 7 minutes.
Thank you.
You're
I'm
welcome.
Georgia Ann Chapman. I worked for the park a long time ago, and then for Friends of Warner Parks, and I'm delighted to be here today. This is a great park. You all have created something beautiful. And during the pandemic times, it's a walk-in park, and everybody came and had picnics and flew kites, and you can see people playing in the park. Lots of sports goes on here, flag football in 1 minute, and a softball game on one corner, and we at Friends of Green Hills Park have supported those things, and now there's a Frisbee course, and there's a great playground where parents come with young children. It's a walk-in park largely. And so we have lots of people with strollers and bicycles and scooters and skateboards, and it's a great place to be. I happen to live behind that park at Arden Place. It borders on the north side. And I got really interested in the park because there's so much honeysuckle and euonymus and ailanthus trees growing on that side that I didn't want to come into Arden Place. And we were removing what we could from our side, but I got interested in it and introduced another young woman named Ashley Cantrell to come and see that if she might be interested in helping us with some removal, and she's done a wonderful job. So that is a big focus of the Friends of Green Hills Park, and it was decided on because every year we have a festival in the fall, and we had a big board and people could put dots of what they were most interested in. And by far, it was to improve the landscape of the park and to remove exotic invasive plants and replace them as we did so. So we're in the process of doing that, and through grants, we've gotten a grant from the Nashville, I'm going to forget what it is, sorry, the Nashville Tree Foundation. And so 21 trees are going in this planting season. Last year, we put in 10 trees, and then through a grant, and then the Friends group paid for shrubbery because you can't get grants for shrubs, just trees for now. We hope that will change. So there was much more planted than just 10 trees. And Ashley and I kept it watered. And that is hard work, especially in that dry period we were in and hot. At any rate, we're continuing that project, and it's all around the park to put in native plants and take out the invasive exotics. We also, in regard to that, we've put in a couple of things that the school wanted, and they use those fields during the day. And that was a shade pavilion. And so we have paid for the shade pavilion and poured the concrete pad to go under it. And so that's up and going and being well used. A couple of benches were put there. We have these great benches that you can move around. It's amazing they don't get stolen, but they get moved all over the park. And it makes your heart feel really good. We've had a lot of volunteer help on the exotic plants, and I wanted to be sure and mention that, from all over Nashville. And we had a lot of brush removal because when you pull that with volunteers and you have all that brush to come out. And the parks has been great at doing what they're the best at, and that's partnering with us, and they removed that brush, which was piles and piles of brush. Ailanthus trees have been treated by the Friends group with the parks agreement, and it's ready to come out too, and we're hoping Parks is going to help us get that out. That agreement was talked about before this last crash of trees, so we may be put on hold for a while, but I hope it still goes through. There are 2 new fountains coming. There was one fountain, we're replacing an old fountain, and Friends is going to pay for that, the new fountain, which will allow for dogs to get water, and it'll have access for children and adults. That's close to the school end of the park. The Parks is going to pay for putting the pad in. for that to go on. And then we're talking now and have gotten some things. We have money for putting in another fountain up close to the playground, and it's going to be multi-use because it's going to help water those trees where we were borrowing water from Arden Place to water the trees last year. But this year, we hope we can do it with Metro straight into the park. Metro. So we have received a gift from Hiller Plumbing to put in the plumbing for us, and we will purchase the permits, obtain the permits that are needed for that, and pay any fees we have to pay to hook up to Metro water system. So I think that pretty well tells what we're about. Are there any questions?
Any questions from the board? Thank you, Ms. Chapman. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. The Friends of Fort Nashboro to present annual update to the board. You can
Hello.
You can state your name for us, and you have 7 minutes.
Ellen Taylor. All right, we're a relatively new friends group. We tried desperately to get a grant from DAR, from anywhere, from State Historical Commission, anywhere, and we've run into snags with that simply because, I don't know, we're not in the same place, I guess. The fort is not in the same place, and also it's not any of the old materials that could have been used. Because what? Something about creosote was poured on all that old fort, and then it became, unusable. So we don't have any part of the old fort to maintain our historic relevance. So we're no longer a national landmark. So it's difficult to figure out any other way to get monies to finish the fort. I'm just mentioning that because we keep running into snags with it. But thank you very much for clearing out the homeless from the benches at the fort. That's made a really great difference. When we did our last walk and talk, it was really marvelous to see so many tourists around the building, reading the signs and joining our group even. The negative was the noise factor. We could hardly hear Paul Clements. He's got a soft voice anyway, because of the sounds of trucks on First Avenue and the trash being dumped from the upper floors of the buildings across the street from the fort. My friend Elizabeth Mayhall from the district says that that's a major issue in the downtown area. However, we noticed that Fort Nashboro is included by a tour company now. That company approached us thinking that possibly they could finish the fort for us and make it into a historic attraction and charge monies for you to come in and visit. And we didn't agree, we didn't do that, so it was shelved. But we're still waiting for funding by Metro to help it become an interpretive center. I know maybe not everyone thinks that it needs to be an interpretive center, but that's what we're about. We want it to be like it used to be, supposed to be little classrooms, that school children could come and sit down in, and there'd be an app or something of that sort, to guide them through what the history of Nashville was based on with the original fort. My board is entirely DAR, except for the fundraiser people. All of the officers are with DAR, and I'm still the state chair for Fort Nashboro Historic Site in Tennessee. And we're just full of ideas. We want to do, pioneer days and things like that, festivals, whatever, dress up like, they used to do. We can't, there's nothing to do. There's nothing we can do like that without having the interior finished. So I'm just here saying, oh, please listen to us a little bit so we can get, I don't know if other parks facilities are half-built, but that's what we think is going on with Fort Nashville. That we really would appreciate it being finished. It was supposed to be a Phase 2 program by David Curry. It's just the outside shell of the building, and no way to do all the things that were meant to be done within the walls. So anyway, my secretary, Lisa Williams, did go to a pre-budget Metro meeting last week to plug our cause. And our sponsor, Tim Walker, hopes Metro will include us in the next year when they address the money needed for the bombed area on 2nd Avenue. I don't know if there's some talk about the flooding containment measures. Is that causing a delay in anything being done in that riverfront park? Anyway, we plan to do another walk and talk with students from Oak Hill School this spring, and I believe that we'll invest in a microphone so that they could hear us. Anyway, we firmly believe in a finished Fort Nashville Interpretive Center funded by Metro, and hope that Parks will lobby for that as well. And we thank you for your help. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Ms. Taylor. Are there any questions from the board?
Ms. Taylor, how much money are you looking for to finish the fort? Is that, just
Can you come back to the podium for us?
rough numbers?
I'm sorry.
Just rough
I certainly
numbers?
will stand up. Original price that was quoted to us by David Curry was $1.5 million. He thinks that may not be quite as high as the previous time frame that they asked for the money, because maybe there's an easier way, not using headsets, using an app instead, and just, having some school kids do that for us. Clay Bailey's class would do that for us from MBA. We could get the landscaping done, perhaps, without any extra cost. The landscaping is lovely, but it's kind of overgrown now. It's not been kept up. But there's some ways we might be able to skirt that cost. Anyone else?
Any other questions? Thank you for your time, Ms. Taylor.
Madam Chair.
I apologize, Councilwoman Hurt.
Ms. Taylor, do you expect it to be done in one phase, or is it
Thank you.
several phases?
Okay, the original plan was to have the building done, back up. I didn't want to cover her up. If I stand here, that's good.
You're
right?
fine.
Okay. The original Phase 1 was the building of the building itself, which is there. And Phase 2 was the interior of the building. And it was planned to be like classrooms. So with benches or some kind of chairs and stuff inside, so it'd be like the kids could come in and sit down. They used to do field trips with students, if you remember back when. And so that's the original plan, but there's nothing inside the building at all. And so it would just simply be one more phase, Phase 2, and hopefully for at least for 1.5 million or less.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Thank you so much. We're moving to capital projects update with Tim Nate.
For First and Gay Park, design proceeds. We had a second public meeting last Thursday night on that. And we also have an online survey that Jackie has been pushing through socials. So if you are on Park's Facebook page, you should see that. At Bordeaux Gardens, the playground and shelter project, that's in the queue at purchasing for construction bidding. Mariposa Park, the master plan project, we also had a really great public meeting on site there this past Saturday. Beautiful weather on a beautiful site, good turnout. We also have a survey associated with that is on socials and on our website right now. Old Hickory, the community center project, that is in the queue at purchasing right now for construction bidding. And we are done now with the stonework repair, phase one of the stonework repair at Fort Negley. So we're dealing with some punch list items there, but it's done. And then the capital spending plan that was just approved by council a week or so ago includes funds for a second phase. So we have a proposal for that work and are ready to cut a PO on it when the funds are available. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from the board? Tim, do you have any update on the new sign for Hadley, the renaming of Hadley Park?
Yes. We have a purchase order on that, and we were just contacted by the company that's doing the engraving that they're ready to go. So it's just a matter of getting it scheduled, which we can hopefully do within the next few weeks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're moving to Greenways Open Space Update with Cindy Harrison.
Hello. I'm going to run through just very quickly the 5 projects that we have in design right now. So we're heavy in design on capital projects. The Charlotte Corridor Railway Greenway, we're continuing to make progress on that and getting our easements and property that we need to have for the Greenway. The 440 Greenway, as you know, we have 2 segments underway in design. One will connect Sevier Park to Browns Creek Park. The public input, comments, and graphics are up on the Greenway's webpage, if you'd like to take a look at that. The other 440 project, Park Plaza down to Centennial Park, we're continuing in design work on that. If you'll recall, those that will also include lighting, and we're adding lighting to the existing 440 phase. We're looking holistically across the system about which greenways need to be lit and how to develop standards for that. We have 2 studies underway for future greenways that would connect Fort Negley down to Browns Creek Park and Wharf Park back towards Riverfront Park at a different level than where we are now with the existing greenway. And I just kind of wanted to update you. You hear me talking sometimes about developments that are underway in the city that affect greenways in some capacity. I did a quick count this morning. We have 24 developments across the city that are in some phase of approval or construction that all affect and can add to the greenway system, either through easements or all the way up to easements and greenways and maintenance. So I just want you to be aware of that because it is something that it's basically projects that we're almost like us doing those projects, but the developers are the kind of like the consultants on that. So that's all I have, unless you have questions.
Thank you so much. Any questions from the board? Already seeing none. Thank you so much. We're moving to upcoming special activities and events with Jackie Jones.
Good afternoon, everybody. So, March is not only the month for spring, apparently with Metro Parks is also the month for marathons as well. We have the St. Patty's Half Marathon and 5K scheduled for this Saturday at Two Rivers Park. We have the Music City Half Marathon for the following Saturday, March 18th, at Shelby Park. And this past Saturday, we had the Tom King Half Marathon at Cornelia Fort. The city's annual Arbor Day celebration is scheduled for 11 a.m. March 22nd at East Park. On March 25th, we have the Southeast Community Center Easter Egg Hunting Festival. That is scheduled from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Southeast Park. It's a very highly attended event for both children and adults. Also on the 25th, we have the Friends of Shelby Park. They are hosting an open house at the Shelby Park Community Center from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And finally, Warner Park Nature Center is celebrating 50 years of service to the city. The Jubilee will be marked with various activities throughout the year. Just a few of the activities include hikes, native bee farming, how to identify invasive plants, and much more. And of course, we always have a full listing of all of our activities on our website.
Any questions from the board? Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're moving now to the report of the director, Director Odom.
Thank you, ma'am, and park board members. As a result of the wind weather event on Friday, we sustained quite a bit of damage. And so our maintenance team is still assessing those damages, and we'll move forward with making those repairs. And they've already started the cleanup process, but we'll also track those damages in the event there is some kind of declaration by FEMA. We can roll those expenses into a broader pot of available funding. The Tennessee Historical Commission, as I've made you aware, denied our waiver to remove or relocate the Confederate private monument that is in Centennial Park. To that end, you had already agreed or approved posting some contextual signage. I have asked for some technical support from the Metro Historical Commission for drafting some language. We already did have a draft of some language for a sign. I have sent that over to the Historical Commission for review, and they will look at that and give us some recommendations. I hope to have that before you in April, so we can talk about that. We have discussed very robustly, and thank you for all your input, our FY 2024 budget submission. We will continue to work with both the mayor's office and the finance department to refine that request as it moves forward to being included in the mayor's proposed budget for FY 24. The encampment at Wentworth Caldwell Park is scheduled to close on March 15th. Our department, our staff has been working with Metro Homeless Impact Division and Metro Police in that regard, and we are looking forward to having that encampment closed as folks are housed, and we can begin a more robust cleanup of that area. And then finally, you may or may not know, we have purchased 2 SkyCop mobile surveillance units that we move throughout the park system, and it supports our parks police as a tool for crime prevention and detection of criminal activity. You may have seen them, the SkyCop out in Warner Park and other areas of our system, and particularly those areas that have seen high instances or routine instances of car burglaries or vandalism. So we're working to try to mitigate or reduce those instances. But I wanted to let you know that we do have those moving around the park system. So if you see those, just know that that's what they're there for. That's all that I have, unless you have any questions.
Any questions for Director Odom?
You look like you're thinking. No, they're mobile units that roll like a trailer. You can move them around like trailers. Yes, sir.
Hey, Director,
Yes.
Brookmead Park, can you give us an update on Brookmead Park?
The park is cleaned up. We are working with, and so I'll say that our maintenance division removed 44 dumpsters of trash or debris. Oh.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Who's our councilman?
I'm sorry, what was the
teaming.
question?
Brookmead update.
Brookmead, 44 dumpsters, we finally got out of there. All of the fencing is up. The electric gate is not operational yet. We still have to get power to that. We're putting up a fence probably 3 weeks in the back to make sure that the whole area that's the Brookmead Park will be inaccessible until we get the renovation done. We did not have to go past the phase one environmental. They said we could stop there, so that was good news. And so right now there's nobody there in the park as far as we know. We're walking it twice a week. They're walking it also. And as far as anything else right now, we're just kind of on hold until we get the renovations plans from Gresham Smith. They're in process of doing that, and we have a meeting on Brookmead this week, an update from them on their plans.
Just a quick follow-up. Is there an ETA, Director, on this? I know, and we really appreciate the cleanup. I did a cleanup a couple times there. It's amazing. I don't know, dumpsters full, I can imagine. I just wanted to get a general ETA, and then just as a reminder, I know we passed legislation to put up cameras at some point in time. Just want to make sure, as that goes forward, we just look forward to getting the park back.
Absolutely. We will, I'll say we look forward to giving the park back to the community as well. We do not have a ETA at this time.
Cameras are already up in the parking lot area of Brookmead. Thank you. Those are already up. Thanks a lot.
Any questions from the board?
I'd like to make a request to move our May meeting 1 week later. There's a big event at Music City Center for, I would say, one of our partners, Nashville NCVC, or Nashville Convention and Visitors Corp. And it's going to be a big event there, and we've done so much with them over the last 14 years, and I know we're all going to be included. I think Parks should be there honoring the outgoing president, and it's a big citywide event, so I would ask we consider doing that.
So that would move it to May 9th.
So we will look at the calendars, and we will definitely move the meeting. I hope that's a good date for everyone. It looks clear for me, but how do we do that? Do we vote now, or do we email? Okay, we just agree. Are we agreed? May 9th? Is the building open? The calendar open for the building? Okay. Nothing. All righty, so we are moving our May meeting to May 9th at 12 noon. We'll make sure that all those notices are given. Any other announcements, requests for future agenda items or open items? Seeing none, I'll accept a motion for adjournment. You all have a good day. We're adjourned.
It's been an honor.
Don't do this.
It's been an honor.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information on this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.